What's up?
What's happening?
What's happening?
Amazing.
Wake
How are
me
you?
up before you go. Bro, I'm fucking
What's
falling
up?
asleep. Wake
Oh, hold on, hold on.
What's
I got the
happening?
replay hitting me right
What's
away.
happening?
We
Looping.
got Chelsea here. What's up,
Hey,
Chelsea?
Chelsea.
Hey guys, I'm just in transit right now. I'll join from my computer in just a few minutes, but I'm gonna stay quiet till I can get settled.
No worries.
Sure,
Good.
sure.
Hey, Ross, my brother. How's Mr. Ross doing? Oh, okay. Well, Sagitas, I guess it's you and me, my bro.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's. Uh,
Can you
I
hear
just
me
woke up.
okay?
I had a little power nap before this, so I'm energized a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, it's cool
Magic,
to be back.
magic happening in the air, bro.
Yes, it is.
I
How are
saw
you?
your I saw your pictures in on the square there with all of the reindeer and the spaceships and the Christmas trees.
Yeah, that was cool. Cool to walk in an empty city or a
What
space station.
time was it? Like 3 in the morning?
It was around 5 already when I was there, 5 or maybe 6 even. No, 5, yeah. And I came.
It was so funny to see Nala like just like, hey man, like I'm so tired. Can we go back to bed or something?
Yes, yes. It was cool. Interesting days. Um, just met a friend, hang out with him, and he is, yeah, it was very inspiring meeting for me because my friend, I know him since childhood, and he was sharing that he um don't want to live for longer, another more than 10 years. He doesn't want to get old. And I was like, wow, interesting. So I was able to respond in meaningful ways and break some programs that was active by not breaking them. And I got inspired somehow because I see, like, I'm bored, man. And is like the people are so overloaded with overthinking and over sabotage, self-sabotaging, and there is no inspiration. It's just computer programs running around and don't know what to do, and it's so interesting. So somehow that was very inspiring for me to break even more computers, to figure out the ways how to break the computer in the first meeting, in the first minutes, how to crash completely. Yeah. So I feel pumped in strange way. I was, bro, at least you exit like a pro. How do you want to be celebrated? How do you want to, how do we
Yeah, that's the thing is most people they forget that they get to choose, right?
yeah,
And I think our role is becoming evident in terms of helping people understand that they have creative right or creative potential over their experience of life, and as a result, they can choose to operate from a place of total autonomy and sovereignty.
exactly. And it seems like, it's so easy to forget about that. it takes no time also to forget about opportunity for making choices, and it's kind of contagious, if that makes sense. That's why I'm grateful for this community. That's why I'm grateful for this family, that we keep on reminding each other, like, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. In every day call. Hello, welcome back.
That's what it's about, man.
Yeah, it's super powerful, and I'm very pumped. Hey Chelsea, and hey Gabriel. How do we say?
Gabe is good. Just Gabe.
Gabe.
Just Gabe. What's up, Just Gabe? Hey,
Oh,
Eric.
yeah.
Hey, Sagitas.
Hey Chelsea.
Chelsea, you want to share a little bit about yourself so everybody gets to know you?
Yeah, sure. It'd be my pleasure. Oh, the crowd's getting bigger. So I am Chelsea. I am in British Columbia, Canada. I've been in the Tony family since about 2018 officially, with my first event was in 2018, in personal development and growth since I was probably 16 years old. So, a couple years before that. My passion and my real fire in my belly in this world is to support women who are in the entrepreneurial space to create leverage through people, through systems, through whatever means necessary, so that they can spend more of their time doing the things that are meaningful for them, whether that's growing themselves so that they can impact their families, their loved ones, their communities, or their teams, or just developing themselves, whatever is most meaningful for them. So my mission is to help people create leverage for themselves.
And the
I'm excited
primary
to be here
focus
with
on
you.
one women, right?
Pardon me.
And primary focus on women.
My passion is for women, but I feel, obviously anybody who is out there and, Tony says life gives to life, right? And so anybody that's out there and creating a space for humanity to grow, that's kind of my passion place for sure. But women, I feel, have a very special space because, at least in my experience in my life, it's been the women that are kind of the glue that hold the communities together and their families together. They're the rock for many people in their lives, and I feel that if we can nurture and love and grow our women, then we impact everybody through them. So yes, very, very special place for women.
And how do you do that? How do you operate? What is your vehicles you use?
So presently I'm in the process of developing my consultancy practice. So in the past, what I've done is worked with, my background is in real estate. So I work with a lot of real estate agents to develop operational systems for their businesses so that they can get away from doing the mundane tasks and kind of go from that operator level to more of an ownership, although most of the women that I've worked with are, the artists in their business. So they are still the people that are out there and client facing. It's just that we're creating more space for them to be engaging with the people and doing the things that matter most in their business, and taking away some of those things like the admin tasks or the repetitive tasks. In the past, it of course was always with systems or automations and assistants, but now that we're moving into this world with AI, I'm developing a certification, or going through a certification rather, to assist with this new level of technology through AI. A lot of fun.
Sounds
A lot of new things.
Sounds like liberating a lot of energy.
Yes, that's a beautiful way to put it. That's the aim.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Congratulations on this kind of beautiful mission.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you what type of clinic did you have, or do you have?
I don't have a clinic. I have a practice in that, practice, we're always getting better every time that we work with somebody. I run a consultancy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome. That sounds great. Great work.
Oh, thank you, Jacob.
So So I think that it would be really valuable in terms of the AI that you're talking about to talk with Ross at some point, because this man is a legend in terms of AI and understanding technology. And I'm certain at some point he's probably come across people or business ventures or people that can add value. So I'm certain at some point there is value. But before we go to that, I'm curious because Jacob is on here and Gina, and I think it would be also nice, you know, they are business owners in Sweden and Stockholm, that are, you know, really focused on women as well. And Jacob, you did something in the group today, adding a group to the Lighthouse. I don't know what that was. Do you mind explaining that so Mart is aware? I don't know because Mart is doing the community admin side of things in the WhatsApp group. So I don't know what you added there, and I wanted to just get curious of what that was.
I have no idea. I couldn't access the chat, and it came up like a new group, so I just pressed all buttons to get into.
Oh, dangerous with those buttons. I love pressing them also.
It
Can't
was like
resist.
flip, but then I could join the call, so it was worth it for me at least. I don't know what type of headache it made.
There's 3 different groups now. So there's one group that has balanced ventures flow, one is numbers group, and one is the actual community. The balanced ventures flow is a private one. It's for select investors, impact investors, and private equity people. Numbers for all is like around money management, community of people that want to really focus on what measuring and matters. So the balanced ventures flow chat is Ross is leading that. We're gonna also get a vitality group going around movement, health, and vitality, as mentioned. And then the original chat is still always open.
That's awesome.
Wow.
A lot of work. Great. I hope I didn't screw it up. That's very nice.
I just checked it because you don't have the admin rights. It's like you suggested to add a group to the broader community.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cancel that right now.
But maybe there is a reason for all of this happening.
Yeah, to understand it better. That's exactly.
And maybe to
means
add
that
another.
excitement.
Maybe Jacob, something is coming for you. Maybe another subgroup needs to be born.
I solve all my computer problems with pressing all buttons.
Well, maybe it could be Jacob. It could be a subgroup of the Lighthouse women where Gina and Chelsea can lead it.
Definitely. I think that would be.
What do you ladies think? I think that would be really beautiful if you ladies started to lead like a subgroup of the Lighthouse ladies.
The Lighthouse ladies. It sounds beautiful. I mean, this is my first time. I've only been in the Lighthouse room really for 15 minutes now, but sure, sign me up. Anytime I can support women, I'm in.
So I disagree. The Lighthouse is our home.
Yeah, I will start to say I missed you a lot. And I'm so happy to be here in the call today. And why not? Sure.
See? So Gina can lead it alongside Chelsea. Chelsea can be a support, and then as a result, it's a team effort.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Good team.
I love it. So creative. It's like art.
Yeah, for sure.
I can Jacob try to. And Gina, how are you? It's been a minute.
We are fine. We are chasing our dreams, but it's so busy time for us. But everything is amazing. We are living our dreams.
Like I can relate a lot to what Chelsea said, like becoming the business owner instead of the operator. Because right now we are kind of in that transition. So we just had our first person start selling, and we were actually away on vacation for a week, and that was amazing. But
Yay!
we also realized like she doesn't perform like I do, so we're like, oh shoot, maybe we can't just give her all the leads and appointments.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had a discussion like, should she be a salesperson? Should I keep on doing the selling? I mean, we would make a lot more money that way, maybe, but what's the best long term, right? Or should she start with doing sales once a week so she can still practice and become better?
Yeah, there's always this curve, right? Where we start off with somebody and it's kind of like raising a child. At the beginning, we have to spend time to nurture them and care for them and make sure we put them on the right path and coach them along the way. And the levels of trust increase over time when they can show that they can do something. I haven't personally trained a salesperson, but for other members of the team, anywhere from 3 to 6 months, that's usually been my experience, at least, to show that somebody can kind of, walk on their own and have that degree of ownership and accountability and feeling like they got it in. So congratulations though. That's exciting.
Yeah, we gave her like a week. We went away on vacation.
Awesome. Awesome.
But
Back
she
to
did
the
she did sell.
Awesome.
Jacob and Gina, maybe you want to come to Canada on January 15th to the Business Mastery.
Yes, just
What?
say yes. You don't
Just
need to.
say yes. Here we go.
No.
Mastery. I mean, why not? I will check with our employees. So
Yeah,
That
just
would be perfect.
like
Yeah.
2 days. But that would be amazing.
But yes.
But yes. Yes. Let's come and play. Let's go and play.
We can have it closed if they
If that's necessary.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
it's away.
cool.
Just me.
Yeah. But we'll sort that in a way.
Beautiful.
But I'm
Jake,
so Canada.
do you mind sharing so that maybe Chelsea is aware of what kind of business you are running and what kind of business you're operate or owning and transitioning in from an operator to an owner? Because I think based off of everybody's awareness, it would also be nice just for that insight. So everyone knows how they can best support you if there's anything that you are seeking as well. I think that would be of value. What do you think?
Nice idea.
Yeah, so what we do is we treat incontinence, especially for elder women, but yeah, in general, all women. And we've been doing that for 3 years now, and it's finally starting to take off. And we have these machines that are really good at doing basically Kegel exercises. So that's what we're doing, and now we're doing it on a bigger scale. So we do like 600 treatments a month, but also like going from me in a room with those ladies just selling to having a nurse, to having a team, and that's really fun.
That's a beautiful thing and a beautiful gift that you're giving to those women. That's
Yeah.
powerful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's also so important. Like we always want to work with our heart. So those who doesn't get result, we actually pay them back. Yeah, so they have like this guarantee. So we take all the risk and give them all the upside. But it's really amazing because it works really good. So we help a lot of people.
That's incredible. You should feel so proud of yourself. I bet you feel so proud of yourself.
We do.
Yeah, but sometimes we're tired too. But yes, closely with you.
I would even call it more than pride. I think it's grace. I think it's gratitude, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, because that I basically just realized that a couple of weeks ago, because I've been always doing the sales appointments, so I haven't seen the results, and then I started taking like all the women who's going through the treatment, and everyone's like, "It's working fantastic! It's working." I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you so much! I'm so happy to hear that."
Yeah.
But you don't always see that side of the business, right? Because you're focused on growing it.
Mm.
So that's a lot of fun.
Speaking of growing businesses, Ross, do you want to share what you've been up to since you left Canada?
Oh gosh, what have I been up to since I left Canada? Yeah, well, I suppose actually I only left Canada yesterday or the day before. Oh, okay, yeah, the day before. But actually,
Sorry. Edmonton.
huh? Okay, yeah. Well, actually,
But
so what have I put? So well, me and Eric are moving forwards with the Balance Capital. So we're getting that ready for next year. Eric and Sigitas are working on Balance Media, and I'm helping them a bit with that as well. I announced my book for next year called The Max System, which is around processes. That's why I was really wanting to talk to you, Chelsea, because I love the idea of AIing on processes. And essentially, it's just how to keep your business simplified and entrepreneurs focused on the main key points and to not waste time and to just make action happen really quickly. And then I met my client in Toronto on the way back, who I signed an agreement with, who I'm actually doing some board advisory work with them starting now, helping them raise some capital because they've got an AI tool on writing content in marketing, which is really cool. And I've got two other AI ventures that I'm launching with someone else at the moment, which hopefully is going to really be interesting next year. And then I think that was it. I think that's it since I left Edmonton. Quite a bit.
That's quite a bit. You just left a couple days ago.
Yeah, but he's the wolf, so for him it's a bit. Let's keep it there.
total magician. And Chelsea, I think that you two need to really spend some time together because your brains and wisdom will really bring something together in magic.
Yes, Ross, you had me at workflows.
Sounds cool. That's why I like to automate it and simplify it because I hate them. So, but they're valuable. So, I just want to have access quick and easy. Bang, there you go.
100%.
As Ronald would say, no acetol. Boom.
Yeah. Yes. Love it. Well, I've got your number. I'll connect with you on WhatsApp this afternoon.
Sounds
And
good.
Ross will also be here for Business Mastery, Chelsea.
Yes. I will not be here for Business Mastery. I will be in Edmonton about 2 weeks later. However, if you do Business Mastery again in Edmonton in August, I don't know if that's on the agenda, but keep me updated.
I might still be in Canada then anyway, so.
Okay. Well, great. Awesome.
All in flow. Gabe, brother, you posted about your thing in the Platt group. What do you need help on? Tell us more. How can we support you?
Hi guys. So I'm going to open that now.
You want to share a
just
little
to
bit about
refresh.
yourself and what you're doing up in Nunavut as well before we get started?
Yeah. So I'm Gabe, 28 years old. I live in the high Arctic of Canada. so like north for most people is like BC or maybe top of Ontario. You got to think further north and then think further north. We're really really high up. We're pretty close to Arctic Circle. Just kidding. Well, not literally. So what we are? I'm native.
That's cool.
I'm native Inuit, Inuk. I have one child, 1 year old, and one on the way. What I do here is I'm realizing what I'm doing is I have multiple companies, but now when I went to UPW and Business Master, I'm realizing that my goals. I'm realizing that my initiatives unknowingly are just creating purpose for people, more purpose for people. And we have an identity crisis up here because our land was taken a while back. We were living in the Stone Age. People call not that long ago in the 50s. We were still actually in igloos, and some people still live in traditional tents up here. And then there's just the world growth or systemic growth where there's technology and everything came in, but we don't have roads here. We don't have the connection to the rest of Canada. And we're going through a little crisis here. So I found that I'm trying to employ all of my local people with multiple of my businesses. I'm trying to save lives. I'm trying to love. I'm trying to do everything I can for my community. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what my purpose exactly was. It was all good intention. And I'm realizing that now. And I'm able to see the beauty in what I actually do and what we're doing as a company. I'm in the power sports industry and outdoor recreation. I'm in oil and gas, construction, and food and beverage. Those are the main things. And then we do a lot of volunteering and stuff for the community. So that's kind of what I do. And what I'm doing, what I'm trying to get done now is a suicide prevention program and initiative to let people see the beauty in life. Because if you look at all of Canada, we have the biggest land mass in Canada. We are literally what makes Canada one of the biggest countries in the world. We only have 40,000 population between the entire land mass, and we have the highest suicide rate in all of Canada per capita, and it's not good. So there's an identity crisis. People don't know who they are, and we're not really connected to down south, but the government is not doing the right things, or they're not connecting with us properly. And what I really want to do, there's a call for proposal right now, so I'll get into that, but that's kind of who I am. I'm trying to be the link and bring all the Tony Robbins, Platinum, and Business Mastery and UPW and the whole community of them to help fix us up here, because we're very broken. I don't know if people know the history of it, but I'm trying to get the youth to make that shift of bad energy and bad focus. It's dark a lot of days here. It's tough. It's very cold. Like, we're probably minus 35 today, minus 40 today. That's every day. So there's no sunlight at 9 in the morning. It gets dark at 3 p.m. It's tough. So I'm trying to create some systems here.
Want to share how much of a legend you are, and that you're not trying, that you're doing, and that how you are, brother, stepping into such a huge layer of responsibility, my bro. You are not you have already built 7 businesses. You are leading by example. You continue to manifest, and you're not trying. I just really want to bring that down, is you're not trying anything, bro. You're already there, and you're being it, and you have nothing to prove to anybody at all. We're here to serve and support alongside you, man. And I'm excited that you're coming down for Business Mastery to be here with us in Edmonton. I'm excited to support you on this proposal to guide and provide value wherever you feel like you need it. So with that, I'd love for you to share kind of what your needs are with this proposal and where we can guide and help. And I think you and Ross are gonna really hit it off because you guys are both like focused on acquisitions and entrepreneurship in a big way. You know, like him having built 7 businesses almost in 7 days. you're like doing everything by yourself. So I think there's a lot of value that you guys are gonna really be able to serve alongside each other. Anyways, tell us how we can help you, man.
So that's interesting. I'll just touch base on Ross there. Immediately when you guys started talking about Ross, I had a side chat with him right away. I said, here's all my info. Call me, text me. Like before any of this, the first thing I did when I logged in, when I heard what he did, and he texted, he WhatsApped me right away. And I was like, I'm going to connect with you after this. Man, it's so beautiful to just be able to let life happen in front of you. So the proposal, here's I'll get into a little bit of depth on why it means so much to me, because I've been doing basically a suicide prevention without giving suicide preventions. For instance, we have employees here that are from low income and very like the ghetto of the town, or the lower the bad parts of town, that are working for me, that work for me. And I, as long as they're in my building and they're under my apprentice technicians, or they're under our wing and I can see that they're here, we just give them a place to be. We have wage subsidies for that. And there's programs that will help pay them to be here, and then we kind of guide them. So it's really good. I pay a percentage, and there's nonprofit organizations that help us pay a percentage. And so that gives them some purpose and some prevention of suicide, because like I said, we have people here killing themselves. They're 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, up to 18, and like a 12-year-old. Like this doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? And it's bad, and there's a crack. It's a pandemic. It's flooded in our town. I'm actually working with the RCMP right now to be able to crack down on that. And this proposal right here is showing me that I was doing it unknowingly in small ways. Now I want to build this program. And what this program is, it's a call for proposals for suicide prevention initiatives and alcohol and drug prevention funding program. The start date is December 17th. So yesterday I got this. The end date is January 27th, to put the proposal in. The Department of Health division is accepting funding proposals for suicide prevention initiatives and alcohol and drug prevention funding. 2024-2025 fiscal year. So nonprofit organization, municipal governments, Nunavut are encouraged to submit proposals for community-based projects. Funded programs will support suicide prevention, suicide intervention, and suicide post-intervention through the program and proposals. That addresses substances, that address substance use through alcohol and drug program. So what we want to do, and what I have resources for, is already the criteria on the land programming with culture and heritage, which I already have. My business does that. And I have partners that have outfitting and want to instruct things like this. Connection with elders. I have in my family, in Baker Lake, in my wife's family, some of the most traditional elders still alive, 80 and 90 years old, living and hunting still today without, they have a little bit of modernist, but they using a flip phone, not a touchscreen iPhone. And they live very, very traditional, and I have that. I don't have formal counseling. So formal counseling, their development of peer support groups. I believe I can create those things, hence like us coming into here. I need to be able to research, do a mass research on really what this program, where we're trying to tackle it. Community training, I could train. I have enough. I have food. We could give them a pathway in training and themselves, with food, with the food company that I have, with construction that I have, with the power sports and automotive shop. And also we do procurement and admin work. I have a lot of people on there. And social and emotional learning. There's zero emotional regulation training in Nunavut. Like, it's, if you look at all the kids, it's, and also the elders and my father and even down, it's not that far along, but there's zero emotional regulation. It's like 0 or 100 everywhere. It's like in the stores or at community events, you see people freak out. There's no, so it's big, but it's huge there. So on the land programs, connection with elders, formal counseling, development, peer support groups, research, community training, and social emotional learning. I want to do thermal cycles. There's a place up on a lake that I'm investing to put a sweat lodge for rituals, and then jumping into a frozen lake to be able to be there. And then we want to create a library and a safe talking space up there. But yeah, that's what that is.
What do you call emotional regulation? I'm curious.
So to be able to regulate your emotions based off of the situations you're in. So fight or flight is happening a lot here. It's been like, so they fight. Yeah, they're it's like 0 to 100 all the time with the kids
Survival.
In school.
Like survival
all the time. It's not healthy. Like, there's violence, and and
have you heard about the rite of passage rituals that elders must be aware about?
Yeah, well, so say that again.
Rites of passage rituals. Have you heard about it?
No.
And because you mentioned you have elders, there is these rites of passage rituals, or that is specially designed for 10 to 15 years old kids, and that's kind of necessary. That's the reason why suicidal rate is so great, because when the kids are going through that specifically age, from around like 9 to 12 or 13 years old, they need to be seen as not as a children anymore, but as a young man or a young woman. And frustration from within, from not being accepted as a young man, pulls and pushes them to all kind of levels to get that significance and to be seen by the community or figure it out. So they go break windows, they go probably kill, as you say, themselves because of that. So the rites of passage ritual is, I am facilitator of that. I have not done in practice in that, but I went through the course, and it's really designed to bring those children back on life, so they can start to and that's what is in common between among every ancient, or how to say, tribal traditions around the world. The rites of passage is in every tribe, still exists today, and that's the big difference between Western world and tribal living. So I feel your connection with elders very valuable there, and they must be aware about these kind of rites of passages.
Yeah, it's the connection with the elders is huge. So even still today, when we want to do things as families, we have to kind of most people don't, because everyone's kind of getting entitled, and everyone's breaking the foundation of what the Inuit were. We always have to go to the elders for approval. And for instance, even for my mother's funeral coming up, I have to go get our eldest, the eldest grandmother, or the eldest. I have to go and seek their approval for certain things, and then also the way they the way they just do things in life. So I want to bring those people within. Kristen, my wife's grandmother, actually has a nonprofit organization. It's called Somebody's Son, and it does exactly what this proposal is kind of doing. So we're gonna have her as a part of this, but she's taking people on the land. She's giving them that purpose and connecting with them as an elder.
So I will send you the video, and it's gonna explain better what I'm talking about. What does that mean? And one big thing is also, I feel that is every time you mention about suicide prevention, is it's just the name itself. It's kind of pulls towards suicide, So like to call the whole thing differently, to call it pro-life, pro-vitality, or like life joy, whatever you want, but not suicidal prevention, because that's
what the program is. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's what they're trying.
No, it's not you, sorry, but that's just, if you yeah, I don't know who was that, Gandhi or somebody who was invited to come to the pro like to war kind of some kind of movement, but he chose not to unless they changed the name to pro peace or pro life. So the
I'm trying to figure that out, what name we could use. I actually want to talk to some of the elders to be able to this is going to be tailored specifically to young Inuit men of our community, because as Inuit, we're dying as a population, and I don't have any I'm not saying if anyone else needs help, they can't come, but the connection that we're trying to create is to them. So the name will be very important, because we do need to have that instant connection to them, and I'll have to figure out what that is.
Can I make a suggestion, Gabe?
Yeah.
So you really mentioned something profound here just a moment ago, is spending time and getting curious with the elders to see what their needs are and how they would facilitate meaningful change, and what they would like these rites of passage to look like. Because by them being present, and by them facilitating, and also by you always going to them for their guidance and approval, even in terms of the funeral, my hallucination is that they would not only appreciate it, but also that it would be much supported by, I don't know how you have it up there, if the chief or things like this would be very much more included of wanting to align alongside you. And then as a result, you'll have a lot more support where people will come and add value and ask you, Gabe, you're initiating this, you're making this move forward, you've got the approval of, chief council, you've developed, the clarity of what their needs are, you've gotten curious of how to put this forward, and then as a result, that proposal will become very easy for you because your heart is in the right place. And people from that place will be like, hey, I'm here to serve Gabe, and because I know Gabe is serving the greater whole. And so it becomes a very easy way with grace. So maybe that's the first step, is just spending some time to just really, you talk about the speaking circle, is to really just go there and listen. Because from that place, you'll be able to really navigate what their needs are and provide it with absolute clarity.
Right. Yeah. So we don't structure here with a chief. It's not essentially a reserve, but and we don't have it like that, but we do have well-known elders and certain things like that for sure. I do have to spend some more time with them. My thing right now, my dilemma, there's been a lot of, because of the drugs, like a lot of people live with their elders. So in the native families, they adopt a lot without like legitimacy. Like if their daughter gets taken care of by the mother, or a lot of people adopt and a lot of these kids are doing drugs now and they're not respecting their elders. So I need to incorporate something with them, but I also need to bring a new shift and change because I don't know how I'm going to do it, which I will find out, but I will have to just dig. It's very new.
That's the uniqueness of how you can show up, brother, is actually spending the time right now with the elders by you going there and saying, hey, this is the issue, this is what I want to create. And from that place of that curiosity, it will allow you to come up with a solution because, spending time with the elders, from my experience, being in multiple different places with the indigenous communities, and especially when I was getting away from drugs and really learning to listen to them, to listening to their stories allowed me to really create a resonant model within myself, how I can apply it to my own life. And so I really believe by you asking them questions, and remember what Tony says, the quality of our questions will determine the quality of our relationships and the quality of our results. So those quality questions for them will be able to come through you, but you'll apply it in the way that is most meaningful to you because you'll turn those beliefs into experiences that will be manifested for others. Ross, did you want to share it?
Yeah, I just
I'm gonna turn that phone off.
yeah, I just wanted to say something for Gabe.
Maybe just
Actually,
wait till he comes back because he just
yeah,
flew
sure.
away.
Sure.
Oh, we have Mei Jing back. Mei Jing, long time no see.
Here.
Hey, Brenda.
It's been tough for Friday, so I said I gotta make it one of them. And I barely made it, but I'm here.
That's beautiful. Beautiful to see you.
Sorry. It wouldn't stop
Yeah.
ringing. I was trying to shut the phone off the main line, but it was going over
Okay,
there. And
Ross,
it's
do
distracting.
you want to share? Do you want to share what you were about to say?
Yeah. I just wanted to say, Gabe, actually, I was volunteering in November for a drug rehab center down in Phoenix. And I'd probably like to introduce you to the owner of it because she specializes in Native Americans who have gone through very similar situations to what you were talking about and have become homeless, drug dependent, suicidal, and she takes them in to this rehab center and she works with the state in terms of taking them in. So I'd like to, I'm speaking to her later today. So if you're interested, I'd like to talk to her about what you're trying to do, because I think she could help you, support you in terms of your application to get the funding, and maybe even, work with you in terms of helping provide some care or some assistance. She's a trained therapist. And a big Tony follower. She applies the Tony methodologies in terms of the rehab clinic that she has and helping people to be able to see, an opportunity to regrow and rebirth themselves essentially using Tony's kind of mechanics. So I think you would really enjoy speaking to her. And if you're happy to, after I've spoken to her and she's happy, I'll introduce you guys if that helps you.
I need all the support I can get in being able to deliver this. And I feel that I want the experts around me. I don't want to try to reinvent the wheel, acting like I can create everything. So thank you for making that connection. I'd love to connect with her. My struggle is I know that there's all these people out here. My struggle is making without offending anybody, I don't want to, like, I don't want 40 people in this. I want 10 strategic people that can execute and deliver. So it's gonna start with probably a big room, and then it'll diminish. But I just want that's what I need help with, knowing who, knowing what, knowing how.
Sounds
and
like it's done, bro.
Yeah.
Sounds like Ross already just figured that out for you, brother.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that don't allow yourself to get into the mind. It's already, the action has already been taken. If you're open to receive, Ross will make that connection, and then as a result, you'll be able to streamline this process. And
Yeah.
speaking of,
So there is two there. There is two. There's gonna be suicide prevention from, like, 10 years old to 18 years old, and there's gonna be that drug from, I would say, 18 to 40-year-old. So there's two different groups here, and that's almost two different things. So yeah. Actually, does anybody know, I cut you off there, Eric, I'm sorry, but does anybody know Dr. Alan Bernard? He's major into suicide prevention. Okay. I have a meeting with him later on Friday. But yeah, we will find our group. Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
no, I was just gonna share that, I think that that's, the next step. And I just wanted to also introduce Brenda here, because Brenda is amazing, real estate wisdom keeper. And Chelsea, I think that you ladies need. Brenda is an amazing creator, and I think Chelsea and your operation and logistics and admin systems and processes, adding value to Brenda's wisdom and tremendous experience of amplifying communities, is also going to be something that aligns really beautifully for supporting each other. So I just wanted to highlight that. Brenda, how are you?
Where is she?
She's driving.
Hi, sorry, I was on mute. I'm driving, so I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm very, very inspired by this story. Like, wow. I'm just sitting here listening, taking it all in.
I think too, like when we meet with Daniel, it'll be something to discuss and just share and get curious in terms of, because Daniel is also somebody that is focused on meaning and making change. So it's interesting how it all comes together. So I just wanted you to also meet Chelsea, because she's very much focused on creating process and systems that are able to amplify powerful, strong leaders like yourself that have already built such big systems, but making even more easier on everything that you've created. So something to think about. I think you ladies need to meet at some point.
Certainly, absolutely.
Brenda, I know that you're traveling right now, so I'll find you in the WhatsApp group and reach out.
Yeah, if you could, that's great.
Great.
I'm traversing these roads in Edmonton it's like a snowstorm is coming. So I'm traveling a couple hours away. So I'm trying to be mindful.
Yes, drive safe.
Brenda's got a big open house in Sundre for her new development.
Yeah, I'm doing an open house there. Yeah.
Do you want to share a little bit about the development, Brenda?
It is here, I'll just try not to get into an accident. I'll just park here for 1 sec. Yeah, I'm doing a motel conversion in a small town in Alberta. We are converting it was a 31 unit motel, and we're converting it to apartments with, some wheelchair access. Looking at that community, it's a small community of maybe 3,000 people. And, they're all very excited to get rid of this seedy hotel and have some, you know, accommodation that is in high demand there. We're doing an open house. I put out you know, a message to that area's Facebook, and I had so many responses. I was just shocked how many people are in need, especially for, you know, some disabled people, right? There's just not a lot of accommodation. I had one friend of mine who works for a company, and that's kind of what they do. They're always looking to, you know, people got in an accident, suddenly they're in a wheelchair, and, you know, their life has totally shifted, and they need a totally different housing situation. So, you know, I'm happy that we decided to, because it, you know, it costs more money to you know, have wheelchair access. We had to have bigger doors and a ramp, and but I think, you know, I feel good about it because it's serving a need in this small community. So I'm, you know, I'm quite excited to see what's going to happen today.
Yeah. Oh, Brenda.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Having home is so sacred, having a safe place to be, and especially finding a home for those who find it more difficult to have that safe place and who probably need it more than most. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
thing that you're doing.
Yeah. So I'm very happy about that.
You're amazing, Brenda. Really love the fact that you're.
I'm on the journey. I'm on the journey.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I hope Asandra is good, and Canda's meeting you out there, right?
Well, you know, I told her not to come because the roads are bad, and you know, we had enough people. She actually, you know, it's funny. I had a sewer backup, and you know, I couldn't find anybody to clean it up, right? And I thought, oh, I'm going to have to go do it. And then, you know, I gave the job to her, and like, she's like, no problem. Right?
Wow.
She's just here to serve. So I totally appreciate that I didn't have to go before, you know, I'd have to go over there myself. And, you know, I'll just do whatever is needed. It's fine. I don't care. But I'm very thankful to have her. Absolutely.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah. Awesome.
What a beautiful meeting today, everybody. I honestly am grateful to have connected. Elenita, I know we didn't get to hear from you today, but I hope you're smiling lots. And Mart, do you guys want to add anything before we go?
I do.
Yes,
I
please.
have something for our lovely friend Gay.
Please.
From this meeting and what I'm hearing from you now already is that the connections for the expert are starting to form. One thing that you yourself are best able to do that nobody else can do right now is have a meeting with as many elders as you can, and then have a proper feeling for what speaks with all of them, and then maybe pick yourself one or two that you want to take with you on this journey as like the primary points of access, maybe, so that you can have that structure that you yourself were speaking of like you want to have a core group that is going to tackle the problem with you.
Elenita, do you want to add to that? Because I know you're always listening.
Yes, well, I want to add that I think it's very important to talk to the elders, but it's also very important to talk to teenagers and be part of them, because there are also that are really doing well, of course. It's not everybody. So if you start talking to them at an equal level and really listening to them and asking, like Eric said, very good and open questions out of curiosity, then I think you'll get a better idea of what these teenagers really need for you to help them, and what their motivation can be that you can grasp and use. So that's a suggestion I want to add. And furthermore, I thank you, and I wish you a very pleasant evening, because you're evening already.
So it sounds like I'm just going to, because we gotta run. I got another meeting with India and Dubai right now with the youth from there. So brother, spend some time with the elders, pay attention, listen to them. They really need you to hear them out. This is the guidance that's coming through. We love you.
Gabe, you muted. If you say
Gabe, you're muted.
He's muted.
But it seems like there is a lot of passion coming through.
You know what's funny? I had a partner before who was half deaf, and it's not funny actually. I would be talking to him and he wouldn't even be listening. I'd be talking to him because he couldn't hear me, and he's like, "Did you just say something? Because I could see your hands moving." And then I would purposely be talking, but moving my lips, but with no sound. And then it was funny because it was like we'd always go back and forth this way. We worked right beside each other, and sometimes I was talking to myself. My question is to anybody who has experience with the administration side of these programs. I have both businesses and their structures and files and building these programs. Does anyone have, like, where do I keep my data? How do I keep my recordings? How, it's all about my notes and certain things like that. But like Eric, you have so many meetings. I see that you're just, where do you put your data? Like at some point your brain is overloaded.
I don't overload anything. I just get shit done now. I don't put nothing is in my brain. Everything is done. And so what I mean is that I don't store anything. I just let it go. And then I have amazing people around me that help me make things happen. So instead of me needing to think about it on my own, I have created a structure, leverage, and optics. And as a result, that creates growth. That's Keith Cunningham. But
yes,
and leadership.
We need to talk about it another time.
Okay, perfect.